Have you ever looked at something tiny like a coin or a piece of cloth or even your own hair and thought, what does this actually look like close up? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do with this digital microscope claiming up to 1,000 times magnification. We'll put it to the test to see how far we can push this and if it's actually any good. So the digital microscope I have here is one of the USB ones which you can hook up to a laptop or a phone. First things first, let's start with the unboxing. So you can see it's a 4.3 inch digital microscope. So it comes in a few pieces. This looks like the screen and the actual microscope. Screen display with a few buttons. Some unit instructions. This, I guess, is the base, and you've got a ruler on the sides. Also a Type-C USB cable, and lastly the rod to kind of put it all together. Now there is a bit of setup required, so just give me a moment as I put all of this together. Now once this is set up, what you want to do is get this connected. You can see there is a USB Type-C slot and also has support for an SD card. So you can see it already comes pre-installed with a 32 GB SD card slot. Now before we get into this, let's make one thing very clear. Digital microscopes are not the same as proper lab microscopes. Instead of true optical magnification with glass lenses, what you're seeing is just digital zoom. In other words, cropping and enlarging pixels rather than actually zooming into them. So we'll test what 500 to 1000 actually looks like in digital zoom, and I'll be pretty happy if this turns out even half decent. Now first impressions, you can see it's quite a solid gadget. Even though it's fully plastic, it does feel solid and you don't hear any clunky parts. So everything just comes together nicely. So I've used this a couple of times, and one thing I didn't like was how clicky these keys were. So when you actually have anything under the microscope, these keys, because they're so clicky, you end up clicking this and slightly just shaking the microscope. But the best thing I like about this is the fact that you can take this off completely. And because this is battery powered, it makes it really portable, and I can try it on different things without having to be stuck with this stand. So let's quickly take a look at the interface as well. So we'll first turn it on. So now that it's turned on, you can see this is in the camera mode. So we have the camera mode, the video mode, and then the playback mode. OK is for when you want to start the video or take a picture. So in this case, as you can see, it's taking these pictures. If I move on to the video, you can see it'll start recording a video and equally stop. And now if we go into the playback mode, we can see these are the images that have been taken already. And now you also have these two buttons here. So these basically zoom in and out. So we can see that zoomed out the most, and if you want to zoom in further, you can see it goes up by 2 each time. And you also have a button here for the menu, and this is where you can just set some things. So image resolution, language settings, time, screensavers, frequency, format. So I guess the main one is the screen resolution, and you can set what resolution you want. And lastly, the power off button. And just to the side here, we have an LED slider. So you can see the LED is fully turned on now. But if I scroll through the LED, it turns off, and you can set it to exactly how much you need. Okay, so I've got 7 different items that I'm going to try with this. So going from quite a thick coin all the way to a very thin hair. So let's start very simple with a £1 coin. So at normal eyesight level, there is quite a lot of detail you can make out, but I want to see how different this looks under the microscope. So in the first level of zoom, you start seeing all the scratches, the tiny dents, and just how rough the surface actually is. You can push it a little further by zooming in up to 4 times, but the zoom itself doesn't actually do much. The detail that was visible with the first level of zoom is almost the same with the 4th level of zoom. So I'm not really sure what the benefit is. Although I thought it would be, the pasta was not very interesting. To the naked eye it looks smooth, but you can make out some details like the lines and some white marks. And that's kind of the same thing you see under the microscope, so it's not very exciting. But next up, let's try some fabric. I've got a piece of fabric here which I've cut off from a t-shirt, and to the eye you can see this looks pretty smooth. But under the microscope, you're looking at a complete different world. You've got full fibre ropes, which are twisted and messy. You can see lint, stray fibres, even dust particles chilling in there. So that's one thing very different about this. The level of detail you're seeing now under the microscope is nowhere close to the level of detail you can see with the naked eye. Now this is where things get very interesting. I've got a cotton bud here which you'd be 100% sure this is fully white. So under the microscope, that looks very different. You can even see black lints in there which to the naked eye are not even visible. Lastly, let's look at this hair, which as you can see is very thin, and under the microscope it almost looks like a cable. But if you zoom in, you can start to see cracks, splits, even dandruff if you've got some unlucky hairs. Now as a bonus, I'm going to try this little fly that I found dead on my windowsill. So to the naked eye you kind of make out some details like the body parts, legs, wings, even the head, but you can't really see what's actually on them, like the actual patterns. So once you put it under the microscope, you can see hairs on the legs, you can see the eyes on the head, and even the pattern on the actual wing. And I think that's where digital zoom can actually be very useful. This gadget is best suited for kids who have a lot of questions and are curious about the world, and they should be. So you can also connect this microscope to your laptop or PC. There are two ways to do this. One way is by going to this website, but that literally says HV scam in the name, so I definitely avoid that. Go to the second option, which is downloading the HiView app in the Microsoft Store. Now once that is downloaded, open it up and connect the microscope to your laptop or PC via the USB Type-C cable. Once that's connected, you'll have a few options. If you select PC camera in there, you can see the microscope's camera is now connected to the laptop. So how far can you actually zoom in with a digital microscope? Realistically, I'd say around 200 times, and after that it's basically software, not hardware. The 500 to 1000 times magnification claim sounds cool until you realize you're going to get nowhere close to that number. True optical microscopes that go over 1000 times magnification usually need oil immersion lenses or a lab grade setup. These little digital ones usually max out around 200, and then the rest is basically the software blowing up the image, which is also why we end up losing a lot of quality after that point. Now don't get me wrong, these microscopes are still awesome for inspecting electronics, checking tiny solder joints on circuit boards, looking at stamps, coins, jewellery, or even using it as an educational toy for kids, showing them the hidden world of fibres, bugs and textures. That's all for now. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like this, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!